Hello, welcome back to my channel. Thank you for coming back, and as always, huge massive thank you for the support. Just going to say a quick hello to some of my sister's subscribers as well, who have you know, gratefully I'm happy that they have, but they've subscribed just because they've got an interest in card making as well. So hi to those as well, and thank you for supporting both of us really. Okay, so I thought I'd have a little play with Santa Paws today. This is the Festive Friends from the big Christmas kit. So I was going to keep this for good. You know, I like to keep a stash of some of my favourite toppers, especially if I've got dogs on. But I did get this one through the goodie box. So it's the second one, so I'm quite happy to play with it. So I'm going to start with a different size card blank today. I'm going to start with a 8, and I think it's 4.5. Yeah, so 4.5. And I'm going to bring in my trimmer, and the foiling on this kit is gold. So I'm going to grab a piece, and for this I'm going to use a 4mm rather than using my pads, because I do need it to be that little bit longer. Let's pop that little arm out on my trimmer. So we've gone with 4.5 there, so I'm going to do my first layer at 2 notches under that 4.5 and 2 notches under the 8 inches, and then we'll just check that that's lying quite nicely on there, and it does. Pop that out of the way, that's a small piece that can go. And then, because you're really probably not going to see a lot of this, I was thinking about using some of this card. So for this one I'm going to cut down to 4.25 inches and then 7.75. Taking a few of those snowflakes off. And then that should fit quite nicely onto there. Just going to take a little bit more off. Actually, I'm going to take a little bit off the red, try and keep some of those snowflakes on. Just seems a little wider around the sides than it is around the top, so that's a bit better. Yeah, I'm happy with that. Okay, and we're going to do quite simple. These two are going to be really simple little cards. So I'm going to grab this beautiful large topper. This dog is so cute, and its eyes just remind me of little Poppy's eyes. This is what she used to look at you like. Had these beautiful brown deep eyes that used to stare into your soul. The way this little dog does. Only Poppy was... She was a Westie poo, but she was sort of, well, you couldn't really say that she was black, and you couldn't really say that she was brown. She was somewhere in the middle, and sometimes in summer she almost looked a little red. It was quite odd really how it's sort of her fur changed in the different lights. Okay, so that's what we're going to be using. So let's do some matting and layering. So as usual, in this container I've got Kalau all-purpose glue. So this is the same as the Hunkydory construction glue, alcohol based. And then in this one I've got Kalau tacky glue, which is water based. Okay, so I like to use both the glues because I prefer, if I can, if I had to live with one glue, it would be this all-purpose glue. Because it's reliable, and it's strong, and it works on like 99% of things. The reason why I put a little bit of tacky glue on the corners is just, this has quite a good amount of time where you can move it around and get it into position, whereas the tacky glue has a shorter time. So I should have given that a better burnish down. Anyway, just get my bring forward and just get that under there, and then that should, that's why that's popping off a little bit. Okay, bit of glue over that. And also the other reason why I use the tacky glue is because this glue, as fantastic as it is not great with mirror card in that it can take the shine off. So if you get it somewhere where you don't want it and try to rub it away, then the shine will come off. So by using the tacky glue sort of nearer the edges and keeping my construction glue in the middle, I've sort of got the best of both worlds. Okay, so this is our little tentfold card, looking pretty simple as it stands at the moment. I want to put that border on first, but I'll just continue taking these frames out because I've started. As Magnus say, I've started, so I'll finish. So hopefully you guys are all ready for Christmas now. Still got a couple of jobs to do, but I'm pretty much there. Shopping's all done anyway, that's all. That's all we need to worry about. Okay, so I'm just going to, I'll grab my knife, and I want this just to come from that gold border there. So we're just adding that little bit of gold back onto this card by way of the border. And then I can just pop that onto my trimmer. Get a nice straight cut, and we've still got a decent piece there that we could do flags with. It probably would do another border on a 6-inch card maybe. Yep, easily. So that's all good. And I think, do I want this to be flat? I think I do. I think I want the actual topper to be the star on this one, and you can use either your tacky glue or your all-purpose on this, or both. Just seeing there's paw prints, but they go in every direction, so it doesn't matter which way I pop them down. Okay, so for this card, these bits are going to be coming over the edge. I don't think I'm going to be using that, although you might need it in this case. I might need to lift it. Yeah, I think I am going to use all of my layers on this one. Okay, let's grab some foam pads. I want some different sort of different levels. Probably can be better than those. So I've got some Crafter's Companion, which is 4mm. I've got some, these are Hunkydory, and I think they're like 2mm. Let's have a look, there might be 3. Yeah, 2. And then I think I'll do that gold one. Flat. Okay, so I'm just getting that sort of where I want that to be. I don't want it to be touching the border. So let's just bring that down. I'm going to use just some tacky glue on here. Just putting a few dots around, and then I'm just going to wipe it off on the back of my hand. Now, I don't have any skin sensitivity to this glue. Obviously, if you're a little bit more sensitive, it might be worth just not doing that, and just either popping on super carefully or using a different glue. So I'm just going to pop that into place in there. I'm not worried that that glue has gone into the middle piece there, because it's going to be hidden by the other topper. What I am more worried about though is that I've got glue on the gold, so let me just use a little bit of tissue just to clean that off before it dries. And because it's that tacky glue, it should come off nice and easy. There we go, so that's a bit better. Because I've got that one on now, I've got sort of a template to put all of those other items. So this one, I think I'm going to have this one the highest. So I'm going to use these Crafter's Companion ones. And actually these ones don't look that high, they might only be 3mm. Yeah, they are, these are the 3mm ones. It's fine because it's still going to be higher than those ones. So what I'm going to do is, these are the 4mm ones, so I'm just going to leave those on there covered up, so it's not going to do any harm. Nobody is going to see them. Just make sure I put a couple in the middle for some support. And if I take that one off, just make them at the same level at the bottom, that's better. Okay, so now I just have to remember to take backs off the big ones. So there is not going to be a video Christmas Day because I am now cooking on Christmas Day. I hadn't planned to. I think I said before, me and my sister generally alternate it, but the person who does Christmas usually does Easter. And actually Easter this year is my birthday, and I don't want to cook on my birthday, so it's the other way around. So whoever does Christmas doesn't do Easter, so just that's why. But it is my birthday on Easter Day this year. I think it's only the second time I've had Easter on my birthday. All the times I wished for it as a child, because my sister had her birthday is the 16th of April, so she's had her birthday on Easter quite a few times, and it happened when we were children, and obviously she got millions of eggs and millions of toys. So I really wanted my birthday to be on Easter, but it never happened, not until I was much older. Although, to be honest, I am pretty excited that it is on Easter this year. Okay, so let's pop these off. And these usually do peel off in one go. And if you didn't want to put it all the way around like that, if you didn't want to use all your foam pads up, you could just put some small squares. As long as you've got enough support on there. And I'm hoping, I think this is not going to go too far over the edge where you will see them, because it's not so huge over it. So what's going on? Keep our fingers crossed. You can just see a hint of one there, but it's fine. So I just got lucky on that occasion, as per usual. I forgot about it. Okay, so now we need to think about a sentiment. We've got Here Comes Santa Paws, Warm Winter Wishes. I think Here Comes Santa Paws. Do we want it in the middle? Let's have a little look. It kind of needs to go there, and we will have it. So just use these little 1mm pads. So there's just the tiniest bit of lift. It's really not going to interfere with any of our other layers. This card does have a person in mind. So this is for my neighbour, and she doesn't have any dogs, but since her children left home, 2 of her children, they both have dogs now, and she's their grandma. She's a doggy grandma, so she babysits them and she adores them. She's glad to hand them back. I don't think, because she's a cat lady, she's always had cats. Cats were her babies, but she likes to hand them back, but she does adore them. So I thought this one would be perfect for her. Okay, so I just need to find an insert on that one, and then we'll pop that in. Okay, and then this card, the blank I made, I'll cut that out of a piece of A3 300 GSM white card, and then left over I had a piece that was, let me just measure, so 7 by 8, and I'm going to use that. I know it's a weird shape. Let's put that to the side. Actually, we need to put some gems on there, don't we? Let's have a little look. Put some gems on. And I think, let's grab one of these small ones. Sorry, I know they're making an annoying rustling sound. And just this size here. And what I'm going to do, and that size there, let's grab that one open as well. Just going to, just in the corner of some of these snowflakes. 1, 2, 3, 4. Need one more. There, 5. Okay, so let's grab, these are just these clear gems that I got from, I think these ones came from AliExpress, and they're really nail art gems, but they do, they've got lovely small sizes, so they do go on the cards nicely if you're looking for a smaller gem. And that glue behind there, I know I can see it at the moment, but it will dry clear. So I'm just going to pop them on. So just that little bit of bling at the top. I'm happy with that. Didn't need any more than that because it was already looking pretty good. Okay, so I'm just going to get set up for card number 2. Okay, so let's bring that trimmer back in. That piece of gold that I had before is probably going to be perfect. So just move that out of the way. So we need it to be 2 notches under 7 inches. And 2 notches under 8. Look there, that's perfect. And then this time I'm going to use the foiled card. So we've got 8 in the length, so let's do the top first. So we know that's 7, so I need to be at 6 3/4. And then we want to be 7 3/4. So if I can't find an envelope for this one, what I'll do is just make a small box. Just checking that goes on quite nicely, and it does. Okay, and then the other thing I wanted to do, I don't think it's going to be quite big enough now, so I won't do it. So I was thinking about doing a little bit of embossing on there, but I think, yeah, I'm going to leave it as it is. If you've got a brick folder that's sort of 8 by 8, I know I haven't got a brick one that's 8 by 8. So we're definitely just going with it as it is. I've got a number of snow embossing folders. The one I want isn't to hand. The other ones I have snowflake wise are quite big snowflakes, and I would have preferred something a little bit more ditzy, so let's just carry on. Forget I ever said it. Okay, a little bit of that tacky glue in those corners, and then this is going on. Really good press down, make sure that glue makes connection. That's perfect. And then again with this one, and then I'm putting that with this snowflake to the left hand side. Now I think I'm probably going to go tenfold with this, but we will just have a little play and see how I want that to go. Just make sure that's in the right place. Okay, so the topper is obviously this other cutie with that big circle die. Just going to pop those all around, put that out. I'll have to just trim those tips off, and then I'll leave the sentiment for a minute and until we decide what we're going to do. So we've got options, so we can have the card opening this way and pop him on there. I don't think I like that. I think I like him this way here, coming over. And then let's just, we've got a little button there, so we could use a little button there, and maybe this one, wishing you a merry little Christmas and a happy new year, again with our little doggy on. Or I might change it out for the warm winter wishes, but we will see. So let's pop these out. You know how I like to change my mind. I do sort of plan the card I'm doing, and then in my head, and then when you start to take the pieces apart you think, oh no, it's going to look okay or better this way. I've been watching quite a lot of Gina Kay, who's an American business and content provider as well. And her and her husband Tom, they say quite a lot, it's better than horrible. Like if they say, oh, how's your day been? Well, it's better than horrible. So this is going to be my new mantra for 2024. Better than horrible. Okay, so just get that pip off there. I don't know if I'm using it. We could maybe get away with having that bit of space in there. Or we could try and bring in, so we have these foils, so let's see what sort of colour have we got. I don't think we want a white one. These are the snowfall ones, so probably maybe, I don't think we want red on red. Probably looking more for blue, if I've got any blue left. I've got this one which is bluish. Let's see what that looks like behind it. I might not use it, but then again, I might miss that. Let's have a look. Obviously we would cut it to hide in between. Just think it needs a little bit of something behind there on that red. But I don't know if it's going to be too much. Trouble is, once you've stuck it down, you are kind of committed, aren't you? I'm not going to do it just because I think this blue is quite similar to that frame, and I haven't got the darker blue because I used that on something else. Let me just put that back. What's this? Oh, this is the darker blue. I've got a darker blue, but again it's clashing. Okay, sorry guys. Taking you down various little rabbit holes today. Okay, so do I want that on? Do I want it not? No, I don't. I decided that much. And then we're going to have this one here. I'm going to swap out to Warm Winter Wishes. Let's save that for another card. And then where should we have this one? Or we could go for one of my not there. There's too much on the red. Don't think I've got one in blue card. Let me just knock everything on the floor. And, I might have, so I've got Joy to the World. I don't think I want Joy to the World. One's in a different red, it's more red. No, I'm not going to look for the blue. Taking up too much time already, so I think we're going to go up there. I have this down here. Yeah, I'm going to put that up there. And then we'll have some blue gems. Okay, plan of action. So again with these pads, I'll bring those out, and I think what I'm going to do is have everything at the same level, more or less. So I'm going to use these 3mm Crafter's Companion ones because they are quite chunky, but they're decent size to get on things without having to put huge amounts on. I've had them in my little pot for a little while, so things do go super sticky if you don't use them within a good amount of time. Well, that's what I find in here anyway, whether it's because it gets warmer in here. This is an upstairs room, so heat probably travels up. Let's grab those off. So sorry about being indecisive today. I sort of had planned just to do one card, but it didn't take very long, so I feel like I'm sort of shortchanging you a little bit. So not usually quite so indecisive, although I do change my mind now and then. But here we go, so let's just get these off. And just a little bit of tacky glue on all of these pads just to give me a little bit of wiggle room time. And is there a right or a wrong way? There isn't. So let's just go right back there, and then this one should be really easy to pad out. Empty on there, and get these ones off. Just love the way this little dog looks at you. His eyes are just, I think I might keep this one for myself and put it on my shelf. I keep taking cards that I like and putting them on my shelf. So at the moment there's a dragon card that I made. There's a sparkling poinsettia one, which was my favourite Christmas card ever, which was one of those pop-up hexagon one, and unfortunately it's the one where the video went wrong, so I had to make a similar one, which was stunning but it was not as nice as the original one. So I've got the original one up because that is one of my favourite cards. I think there's 2 or 3 that I've made that I really have been my favourite this year. And then I've got that terrier card that I made with the steampunk one. I think the whole kit wasn't quite as popular with people. You know, a lot of people saying it wasn't their thing because it was steampunk. Oh, I need these back for this, but I like the animals on it, so just gone a bit closer. Let me just take that one off. There's a frog on there. I think my cousin is scared of frogs because they used to, like, obviously he was older, he used to go out in the garden and smoke at his mum's place, and they lived in the country. Countryside, and when he was out having his cigarette, they used to pop out and scare the life out of him, so he's got a lifelong fear of frogs. So I would have sent that to him, but he is in America. Well, I don't think he's even in America. Yeah, I think he's in America, but not in America. He's on one of the islands doing some chefing. Okay, so I think we're going to use some blue glitter gems on here just to bring those blue tones back in. Sorry, it's going to rustle again. I think it is the darkest blue, although I've got these pearls here. Those are nice. Really, we want a navy, don't we? Okay, what other ones have we got? We've got those ones which are a lighter blue, and those are the same. Ooh, and we've got those ones which are a bit of a royal blue. I think if anything at the moment I'm leaning towards those pearls. Let's go with the pearls. Not many of these left now. I think I only have 1 sheet of pearls, so I shall be sad when they're gone. Right, okay. So let's come in, let's have a look where we want these to be. So I think I'm going to do 3 up here and grab my tweezers. Let's see if this behaves today. Don't want them to go flying. It's going to be a big problem if they decide to go. 1, and they have got sticky on them, but I just like to give myself a bit of wiggle room time for 1, and also just make sure they stay there. Like I say, this room can get quite warm up here, so sometimes things can go a little bit. So I think what I'm going to do, because I've got the red on here as well, I'm going to put 2 red down in this corner. So let's come in with these reds. There's 1. There's 2. And then I think that is it. I think I'm just going to go with those 5 just to finish it off. Okay. So again, they do need an insert in them, so I will find that and pop that in. I always cut that on my guillotine rather than on my trimmer, because I find they don't cut as well on the trimmer as they do on the guillotine. So I always get a nice clean cut with the guillotine. But that's it for this Christmas cards for 2023 for me. If I do, when I come back after Christmas, I'm just going to be going over some of the other kits I've used before. I think there's some memorable moments and that sort of thing. So getting ready for the first kits that will be coming out from Hunkydory. I know they have been talking about how good they are, so we know that they usually deliver on what they say, so it's going to be something to look forward to. But you guys have a great Christmas. Take care of yourselves. Happy crafting. Bye bye.